At first, I thought this was crazy. But this?
Oh, Lord, yeah.
What's going on, people? Mr. Annie Lock here, back with this week's chapter of Bleach 575, The Killer's High. For my first bullet point this week, we left off right from the pillar that got slashed. Then we peer over to Askin and Peppy explaining pleasantries and watching a fight. But wait a minute, is Askin Naklavar propped up on a pillow with a snack pack? I like to say how I think that Peppy has a sick design. And they go on to talk about how Grimmy is the strongest Stern Ritter and how his ability is so scary. This new Kenpachi tells Yachiru that he can feel Isane's Ryatsu and to go heal that broken arm. In awe, Yachiru just says Kenny and then bounces off. Kenpachi looks at Grimmy and tells him to stop fucking around and get the fight started. Grimmy, feeling the need to get off and prove himself, attacks Kenpachi with parts of his imaginary stage. And then, the imagined gasm of weaponry. And you gotta know that this is my epic panel of the week. My thoughts on this week's chapter: pure and unadulterated epicness. Once again, Kubo's art style stands out in the detail that he put into Grimmy's imaginary weaponry. One thing I have to point out, though Grimmy shot him with all of those imaginary guns and those missiles, which some of them he cut through and one he caught with his hand, didn't even put a scratch on him. What I really enjoy is that Grimmy, being the strongest Stern Ritter, and Kenpachi, being the strongest Shinigami, makes this fight on a whole other level. They both seem to get off on fighting. And another thing I need to point out about the end of the chapter, it seemed like Kenpachi was talking directly to his Zanpakuto. Now, asking Naklavar and Peppy's exchange was crazy, how they pointed out how Grimmy was in fact the strongest Stern Ritter. Now, who would have thought that this little kid with a great imagination, puts fear in the heart of a lot of the Stern Ritters? I would have never thought that. Now, personally, if I have to say anything about this fight, I am looking forward to see Grimmy's holy form and Kenpachi's Shikai ability. I know a lot of you seen my video on Yachiru Shikai. I did go a little nuts. But what's wrong with a little imagination? It seems to work for Grimmy. Like, subscribe, comment,